Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Shad. On this wonderful Sunday, beautiful day, 42 degrees in Northeast Ohio. Cold, fairly damp, interesting day. Interesting. The whole week's supposed to be like this in the 40s and 50s. Where the fuck is spring? Right? It's still a good day, though. It's still a good day. Hope you're getting everything done that you need to get done. I'm trying here. My pile has changed a little bit. I don't know. It's evolving. It's evolving. My pile is evolving. Yeah, it's like I'm terraforming. So anyway, yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day. Do I have to make this video? Yes, I do. It is a good day. I'm going to tell you about those who did not have a good day. Those Americans that were trapped in Afghanistan, left there by Trader Joe and his malicious/incompetent regime. At least we forget that 13 servicemen and women died. Abbey Gate, Kabul, Afghanistan, along with 200 other poor souls. 30 plus people lost arms and legs and limbs, things that don't grow back. A lot of them service members as well. Every day, never forget, and never forget whose fault this is. Deploy knife hands. But there was hope. Thousands of people, family, friends, loved ones, charitable organizations, law firms doing pro bono work, even some senators, congressmen, representatives, judges, and former president, and hopefully soon to be president, getting into the fray. Yeah. And at least we forget this is an ongoing thing, that there are 700, 800 people plus people still incarcerated, 1,500 charged, and they're arresting more and charging more. Over the J6 debacle held, there's political prisoners without sentencing, without bail, torturous solitary confinement conditions, constant interrogation. Someone lost an eye. There have been suicides. They're given a plea deal. They're given a deal that if they testify against Trump, and are willing to go all the way with it, that they will be given reduced sentences, preferable treatment, or set free. I don't know of anybody that has yet. Every morning in defiance, they call their family, friends, loved ones, and they sing at the top of their lungs the national anthem. Plight of the J6ers. Every day, never forget, and never forget whose fault this is. And yes, definitely deploy more knife hands. But there's hope. Thousands of people, family, friends, loved ones, charitable organizations, law firms doing pro bono work, even some senators, congressmen, representatives, and judges, and getting into the fray. Yeah. So there's hope. There's hope, right? There's hope. I think I fucked that up, didn't I? Yeah, doesn't matter. Meanwhile, I don't know. I guess I'm feeling kind of down and discouraged. It's like this is not helping, is it? I mean, is it helping? I don't know. I can't let it go, even though I just want to not. Can I not do this? Can I not do this every fucking day? But I made a vow, I made a promise, I made an oath that I would do this every fucking day. Never forget. It's part of that. It's part of that timeline. I want somebody to be held accountable. I want accountability. I want justice. You know, we all do, right? We all do. Uh, but the fact of the matter is that uh, our own employees. You are an employer. I'm an employer. We manage our employees who are up in the D.C. area, and our local municipalities and local whatever, uh, in our states and our cities. We're the employee. We're the employers, right? We are the employers. They work for us. We are many, they are few. We do what we want, they do what they can. They're supposed to be doing what they're told. That is not the case. No. If you haven't noticed, that is not the case. Right. They have restructured, and such is the way with all government. Every government, every kingdom, every governing class, ruling party, ruling entities, they all eventually become corrupt. They get corrupted from outside sources. They get corrupted from inside sources. It's and so going back to this whole thing that we had going on here back in 1775, where our founding fathers made up a brilliant plan of self-governance. Self-governance. But no, that's with checks and balances involved, and some of them very drastic. Very, very drastic, as far as like, well, we can use force if necessary to exact change. And it's not a rebellion. It's not a insurrection. It's not any of that. It's just a managerial tool for the employer towards their employees. But that's been flipped, hasn't it? That's all been flipped. We are now financial slaves. We are now economic slaves. We are now political slaves. We are slaves. We have been enslaved. And there's levels of that slavery, right? And so basically, we are the engine that runs the corrupt government now. Yeah, yeah. Your hard-earned money. We can talk about money, the concept of money, another day. Your hard-earned cash that you are required by force, if necessary, to give to the ruling governing class, so as they can do with as they will, as they deem necessary, which apparently they're going to give $60 billion in a overwhelming bipartisan agreement of our employees. All of them waving little Ukrainian flags and all that. I mean, we heard about this. I heard about it from Vision Preparedness the first time. And then, of course, Salty Cracker and everybody else started talking about it. Yeah. And, of course, there's the FISA, which basically says, hey, we can spy on you now. Where it clearly, I guess the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment doesn't matter. No, see, that's old school shit, right? So that's being discarded and burnt and torn up into little pieces and burned away because that doesn't matter. The Constitution doesn't matter anymore. The only thing that matters is your compliance. Yeah, your compliance. Yeah, compliance. That's the only thing that tyranny requires to exist is compliance. And yes, they use intimidation, they use force, they use subversion, which, of course, you all know the things, the demoralization, destabilization, the crisis, and the normalization. Yeah. So some would argue that we're already to that point of normalization. Normalization meaning that they are now in charge. And they get to do as they see fit with us. No rights, no None of that. It's just you be a good compliant slave and do as you're told, right? And if you don't, then you're made an example of, right? So there's a lot of examples of that. I mean, look at J6. Yeah, very. There's more to everything that they're doing that we're seeing, and all those steps are ongoing, ongoing. And so, yeah, I mean, welcome to financial and economic slavery. You know. So carry on with your lives, carry on with your future. Yeah. This is I'm not feeling. Yeah, I'm just kind of feeling down. I had a headache and all this, and I'm getting over that. But uh, it's I'm not feeling beaten or anything of that nature. No, no. I'm just stating the obvious, which I have been doing for years now, right? Long before I got onto this whole platform here. By the way, this platform, all platforms, most platforms are compromised. Most, yeah, and now there's a rule, there's a ruling, there's a law now that says you can't you can't talk bad about tango stuff. You can't speak out against uh, and you can't engage in wrong speak against disenfranchised individuals who like to wear dresses and walk with XX and XY chromosomes are now basically women's rights are gone. I mean, whatever. A man can now walk into a lady's changing room and if that woman says anything, then she gets in trouble. Right. Right. So yeah, and a lot of things. I mean, and of course, thank you, Trent, Vision Preparedness, bringing this to our attention. This has overwhelming ramifications. Overwhelming. They're going to find a way. You are now. Oh yeah, and there's also no more private sales of pew pews. I mean, you see how this is ramping up. See how we're all becoming criminalized. Our old American way of life is now criminalized. And what does that do? Even if you don't engage in such activities, you will be walking on eggshells for the rest of your life. You will be afraid to say anything or do anything. Any kind of action has repercussions because we're all afraid to lose everything we got. Well, guess what? It's all gone. It's not yours. They got it. They own it all. Anyway, maybe I'll get into a Sunday reflections about all that. I don't know. Remind me, please. But I have a topic. I didn't do trial by axe last night. I tried. I was gonna do something late and boom, headache. And I have the headaches are debilitating and intense. And I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm not. Yeah. So I apologize. Uh, but yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Enjoy your freedom, right? Because we're all economic slaves, financial slaves, etc. Um, yeah. It's all going. See, everything is coming. Everything is coming to fruition. Everything that they said, everything they've been working on. They've set dates. April 22nd is one of them. Hmm. So yeah, April is their big day. Their big month. And yes, it's a lot of occult bullshit. Occult bullshit. And like I said, they're elite occultists, and they love to have their dates and their symbols, and it's a magic for them. Even though it's bullshit, it's bullshit. But the spell on the world, America and world is actually kind of working. It's right. I mean, look at the state um of Canada. Yeah. Look at the state of Australia. Look at the state of UK. Look at the state of a lot of Western European countries, Western style European countries. Yeah. 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 Welcome. Will you resist the reset, or will you happily, trudgily going along, get in line for your bread and soup and bug meal? Get your bug bread. Eat your burgers. That's already in the food supply, and they're destroying all the other food, all the good food, all the pork, all the chicken, all the cows. No, they destroy the environment. Whatever reason they say, they're destroying our food supply so they can introduce their own food supply. Oh, they're going to eat that. They're going to eat the cows and the chickens and the pigs. We're not. No. Oh no. No. Slaves don't need that. No. So yes. Here we are, folks. We've been here for a while. Yeah. The whole analogy of lemmings running off a cliff. Uh, and those who break away from the crowd or saved. Imagine, if you will, that you're already been pushed off the cliff with millions of others, and you just haven't hit the ground yet. That's where I'd say we are. But we can still take wings and take flight. Yes, we can produce wings and take flight. Be free. There is hope. There's always hope. Just got to have the will and the intent to do such. So, anyway, yeah, billions of dollars to Ukraine. It's now illegal to talk bad about, those people those people that engage in relativism, right? Because that's how that works, and that helps with the whole demoralization, right? Now a woman has to allow a man to come into their changing area or their bathroom and whatever. There's no more privacy because now they're going to be spying on all of us, which they've already been doing it. They just made it legal. They just said, "Oh yeah, we're remember the visa expired. It was already there." The Patriot Act and all that stuff. That's all still been going on for quite some time. They've been violating our rights, our constitutional rights, our Bill of Rights, for a long fucking time. They're just making it official, legal, and illegal for you to say or do anything about it. Right. So, yeah, lots of changes coming our way, and it's all going according to plan. So that's how I look at things. And trying to figure out how to get out of this rat race, because it's the whole world. There's really no place to hide. What happens when there's no place to hide? You either do one of two things. You resist or you submit. Now there are those that can submit and then resist, right? There's always that hope, but you got to be really, really wise about that one. Play the game to beat the game, that kind of thing, right? Think of "Viva la Resistance," that kind of thing. The French against the Germans, the German occupation, that kind of stuff. But it's only just kind of harassment. It's hard to play their game against them when they invented the game, and we don't know anything about that. We do, but you have to read up on it and study and really like build this kind of um, worldview as they see it and as they see their role in this whole new world order, if you will. Um, and how do you fight the world? How do you fight a massive effort of this magnitude? There are ways and means. There are always ways and means. But first and foremost, solidarity is needed. Right? That's the big one. Yep. We the people, that kind of thing. We are all united, but we're not. Because see, that's what they did. That's what they've been doing for countless decades: is dividing and conquering. I think I'm going to get into that. Now, that's going to be very controversial too. I think that's my reflection for this day. It's going to be controversial. It's going to include a lot of social engineering of different cultures, if you will. But it is an observation, and it's a very accurate one. So anyway, let me get out of here. Go Team Linda. Go Team Linda. Fuck cancer. She's kicking ass and taking names, getting stronger by the day. Still doing the fight, fighting the good fight. Uh, yes, go sister, go. Um, Go Team Joe's Mama. Go Team Joe's Mama and Team Joe. Go check out Joe Morgan and give him some love and support. This has been Mad Shad. Charity's ran away. She's no longer sitting next to me. This has been Mad Shad and Charity. Encourage you all to continue to train, to continue to prep, continue to think. Because we all know it's a mad, mad world out there. Every day, never forget.